Alright, so this is going to be a bit more in depth than Chapter 1. Chapter 1's a lot about walking in a straight line. There's like one or two cool jumps and stuff. But this is actually like, we've got some strats going. So, we are currently at the start of Chapter 2. Not as usual. This first little bit here is going to be a regular walking segment I'll just go through. And when we run here, you want to grab this picture. Then you want to come down this alley and go into this vent. Again, do the crouch spam thing. Where you hold shift and spam C also the vent. And get a little boost forwards. This way. Grab this picture. So here we're gonna have a bit of a different route. I'm gonna make a quick save. That'll do. Yeah, so there's gonna be two routes here. One of them is quite difficult. It was a bit awkward that I wouldn't maybe highly recommend, and one was much easier. We'll do the much easier route first, which doesn't do either of the skips. There are two skips in this section. You can do both, you can do one, you can do none. So we'll do like just a regular run through without any of. You want to come here, you want to grab this picture and head back. I'm going to go through this vent. It's also important to note for the future that if you're in like a crawl space, it acts the same as hiding in one of these spots. I'm going to come through here, grab this picture, and go into this vent. And drop down into this picture. So that's the route with no glitches. Then you grab this, you exit here, and you just head on your way into this vent. So that's the skipless version. It's quite easy. It's just crawling to some vents. So the two skips here are to skip the two of the vent sections. They're a little tricky. I think this first one's a bit harder than the second, personally. Yeah, they can both be a bit tricky. Yeah, so, when doing this, you pick up this picture and then try and do it, but you have to get it first try. If you don't get this given amount to show first try, then you can hide in this barrel. Grab this. Up here. Jump onto this, and you. Okay, never mind. I didn't get it first try, so I'm gonna have to hide. I don't have enough time to do it otherwise. Yeah, so you're gonna jump kind of into this corner onto this barrel. Sprint jump. You're gonna jump again onto these candles, jump again, so you get on this like ledge. You're gonna crouch, come to the side. You're gonna look up diagonally to the side like this. You're gonna hold W, and you're gonna spam crouch and jump at the same time. Like that. And you should poke your head up to be able to get onto this ledge up here. Go, sit on this edge, up and side, so you're a bit on the diagonal, you pull W and spam crouch and jump. A bit tricky to get. It's a bit awkward, sorry with the keyboard, by the way. Yeah, it can be pretty hard. I can usually get it first try a lot of the time, just by pure dumb luck. But yeah, it can be a little hard. It does save a good chunk of time. But if you can't get it, then just don't bother with it for now. You're not gonna need it. You're not gonna need to learn this for quite a while to get like a super top time. Like, I think only 2 of us have done this in a run. So it's not like, it's not the end of the world for not doing it. So if you manage to make it in sort of quick, after you pick up the painting, you can hide in this vent. here, like hide on this edge. If you somehow manage to make it really, really, really quick, and you have enough time, you can drop down here and hide in here, so that when Bendy comes. If you have to hide before doing it, then you can just come straight down into this room. This time we're going to ignore this picture entirely, and come over here. We're going to stand about here at this angle. I have no line up, I kind of roughly feel base where to stand. You want to stand about here. I want to kind of look at these two, like, post-it notes on here, sticky notes. So you're going to sprint towards this whiteboard and you're going to mash jump. This could be a little tricky. We do unfortunately sprint jump for this, so it's another advantage of getting the stamina earlier. There you go. So you get the angle right, you should be able to jump all the way up. That's here, you're going to crouch. And we're going to do what we did before. We're going to hold W, and we're going to spam crouch and jump. You should be able to... This is much easier to get over this lip than the other one. I mean, if you're just mashing crouch and jump, you should just get over. No, like, weird hoping it works. Yeah, I think it kind of just works. If you get, like, stuck up here, just fall off the whiteboard, or you can try and land back on top of the whiteboard. Because you can kind of get stuck. Let's see if I can wreck this. Oh, now I'm just getting it. Yeah, so sometimes you'll get just stuck like this, but you can't get over. You kind of glued to the ledge. In that case, you can try and fall off by walking into this light to get back on here, or you can just fall back down and try and get up the whiteboard again. Once you get it, you grab the picture, leave, and instead this time, grab this picture on the way out. You, if you try to do the whiteboard skip, and then you come into this vent and head this way. So yeah, so you don't have to learn those skips, they do save a decent chunk of time. But again, it's not the end of the world if you don't do them immediately. So I'm going to hit that lever, I'm going to come out here, I'm going to sweep around, place of paintings, like this. If this guy gets in your way, you can beat him up. If you're not super confident with the run, you can beat him up regardless. If he has to do that thing where he dodges backwards, and you're confident enough, you can just ignore him. Although the extra health is nice for later. I'm going to come down this way, go straight to this code is 235. Again, I'll have all the codes below. Go straight through here. You don't have to go in that room and get the annoying, like, ghost butcher gang. Just do all that. And come through here. Do a little crouch boost into that. You can do crouch boosts in this pipe as well. You can come up here. That was important. You can move this way during the cutscene, and then just immediately hit this. And then we can sit around and wait. You can pick up stuff if you want. We don't really need to pick up stuff. I think that's probably the only thing worth picking up is that, oh, I forget the name. The long flat one. I don't know why I can't remember the name. Yeah. I wouldn't hold sprint until you actually see yourself move forwards a bit. Otherwise you just waste sprint. Skip that cutscene, go this way. So this pipe is a little weird, so what I like to do is I like to run up to it, crouch once. Sorry, run up, crouch, then start holding shift to run as I get in. And then you kind of do a weird bob, so you get a little bit extra distance because like this little extra bit of pipe. And then spam crouch jump, so you go in, and do that. I don't know, it's hard for me to explain, but you can just crouch boost through that section and it should just work fine. Yep, all of these cutscenes, jump down the pipe. This one. Yeah, so now the run actually gets fun. I think this is about like 18, 19 minutes in, I forget. Probably actually a little less, but now we get flow. So of course, you probably played the game casually, you know about flow. It lets you teleport across gaps. I'm going to teleport this gap. I'm going to walk this way. During your time walking back here, you should have enough time. Your flow should refresh about here. You can use one there. A little bit of an extra speed boost. You're going to go through here. You're going to use this gent battery refill. Very important to use the gent battery refill here. That will give you all batteries you'll need for a charge. We're going to need 2 for the run. We need 2 charges. Sometimes there are enemies here. There's food there if you need it. Sometimes it's not. You can walk through that little section a bit early. Sometimes you do have to wait like a few seconds. Go this way. There's a little skip here. If you crouch as you go through, if they crouch to go over here, and you aim about here at the top of this locker, you can warp straight through here and go for this bench. And this code is 251. Sorry, 215. My bad. Don't know why I thought it was 21. Okay, so now we have the gen upgrade. We grab these 2 parts, and grab the upgrade. Food here if you need it, you've got low health. You're going to grab these 2 parts, you're going to grab this, you're going to open the trash can, you're going to open this locker, grab that, and open these, and grab all of this and all these lockers, including the batteries. Turn around, grab that battery, grab this battery, grab this thing on this table, and then go to the upgrade. There is enough supplies in this room so we don't actually get, don't have to get any during the run. This is all of them we'll need. So, just a little aside, if we check now, we have exactly 10 batteries. 5 from the battery refill, 5 from this room, that's all we'll need. So here, we have to do this, I believe we have to do this. No, that's a lie, you don't have to charge your pipe here. Even though it gives you the prompt for it. It's just really convenient that this is here. We may as well charge our pipe, we're going to jump. And then charge our pipe. So, this is the first out of bounds skip. We're going to be out of bounds now for a very prolonged period of time. We're going to be out of bounds for... actually, we're going to stay out of bounds until chapter 4 now, from this point onwards. And we go all the way. So, you're going to get these boxes, you're going to sprint jump up into them. Or you kind of get like stuck. Sprint and jump up, and you stand on this. Crouch. And you jump. Your head will just magically go through the ceiling. If you stand in the right spot, that is, when you jump. Head's out of bounds. You're going to look up, so you can't see any of the roof anymore. So if you look at the bottom of the screen, I can only see darkness, and I'm going to dash. And I'm out of bounds. I'm going to run over here. Here, you can either make a save, and reload the save to get the dash, or you can just wait. Dash across to here, after a sprint jump. Apparently I didn't sprint jump far enough. I aim for like landing on this, or this. I'm gonna run over here. You're gonna rub this section above the barrel, you're gonna like walk down here. You're gonna run over here, and walk into this wall. Oh, that didn't work. You should just be able to... The textures pop in and out, so it's a bit awkward sometimes, but yeah. Like, roughly walk around this area. Walk here. There you go. So you'll get the Ink Demon dialogue. If you don't get the Ink Demon dialogue when you touch this wall, kind of try and run across that edge again. If it's still not working, like if you're still not getting the Ink Demon dialogue, you can... I'd recommend making a save before doing this. You should drop down here, like this little patch of dirt, and you jump into this wall. That will like guarantee get it. Trigger. Which will let you get this dialogue, which is needed, otherwise the rest of the game doesn't work. You know, we should probably already have dash, or he's waiting for the other. You're gonna dash up here. You're gonna jump around with this corner. Make another slave to press your dash. Or you can just wait if you don't feel like saving time by reloading for your single dashes. You know, sprint and jump up. Land on this like gate. The flow. You're gonna run down here again. You can do another save reload to get another dash. We're gonna dash up to this building. We're gonna drop down here, fall onto this little bit of siding. You just fall into the wall as you land here. There's this bit of dirt. Jump around this corner. Again, you can reload for the dash, but we're gonna dash over to this. So this is where chapter 3 usually starts. But we don't have to get that text, we can just keep running across this ceiling. Up here, I'm going to run across this. Across this wall seam. It's very lenient walking. We're going to run across this. Rub ourselves into this wall until we get Wilson. Then roughly on the back of this like doorway. Oh, I should not have crouched. Oh, look up. This dash is a bit finicky, so you're going to jump, you're going to right click to flow, and then you're going to hold W. Don't hold W until after you've jumped and dashed. So you should go over the top of that. Again, you can reload for another dash here. Dash up, so on top of the roof. Yeah, so this whole next section here is going to be really tricky. You can make a bunch of safety saves whilst doing runs or practice here. I'd highly recommend doing it for at least your first few runs for this section. It could be a little hard. All this out of bounds movement coming up. So I'm going to jump and fall onto this bit of ceiling. We're going to jump onto this. We're going to follow. You don't get stuck. Oh, I'm stuck. You can just flow across that if you want. But you can. I'll try and show it in a sec. I can get back up, that is. Well, I'll just reload this save. This is why we make saves. Oh, I didn't save the whole thing. Bad. That's fine. Yeah, so again, not too bad. Again, get this dialogue. Jump, dash, go forwards. I'll make a save here this time so I don't forget. And you're going to jump down onto here. You can jump across to this and then across to there. If I wasn't an idiot and let my rope run out. And again, by this point you should have your dash anyway, your flow. So you could just very well flow from here to there. I'm just being stupid. There you go. So when you get to here, you're going to run down and you're going to jump and land on this. You're going to jump across here. Yeah, so you're directly underneath the elevator button. You're going to jump, then mash E. Good if you're standing like roughly about on the corner of this. Yeah, you should be able to reach through and get the elevator button. We need that elevator button because it's a crucial trigger for the next section to work. We're going to go this way, we're going to run around and across here, up to here. We're going to jump down and then flow onto this platform. And down there. Run across this dirt. There's also like some ink splodges you can stand in here and jump around. Again, probably at this point you're out of dash. You'll be like dash, and the dash thing, the sprint spam. Okay, you're gonna get to about here. Now there's no texture here, so you might want to make a safety save. Get here, you want to dash up into this side to land on this room. You're gonna jump around here. And I would highly recommend making a safety save. Because this section is a bit tricky. So we see this like ink patch below us. here. I'm going to try and fall into it by like walking into like this section. I'm going to go to the edge of this ink spot. I'm going to walk off this ink spot. Don't sprint, don't jump, just walk so you land directly on the very corner of this. So, this is probably where you want to make an extra super backup save, because even I still fail this a lot. You're going to kind of look out here. Again, this is probably something you have to test with to find a setup that works, because it's a bit of a blind jump since there's no textures. You're going to sprint jump this way. About here, it's going to be a pipe in the ceiling you're going to land on. Yikes. This does feel a little random, and if you can't get this, we can do a backup strat for this. So you kind of roughly jump here and dash and land on this pipe. And then you can head on down this edge, which was where our backup strat should meet. So the backup strat is if you happen to hit this cutscene, if you happen to fall in bounds and hit this cutscene, just skip this cutscene, climb up this ladder. We're going to do a thing, we're going to jump into this, we'll jump up like this filing cabinet, and like jumping along like where the drawers are. But our head hits the ceiling. We're going to crouch. We're going to put the reticle on Joey Drew's face. We're going to press A and space once. Just tap them both. Don't hold them or anything, just tap them. Your head should go through the ceiling. See this bit of texture? You're going to look up until the texture disappears and you can flow. That's like a backup way of getting up to where we dashed through before. It's a bit slower, but it works. So, so from either point, whether you land on this pipe or on that bush, come over here, you can get on this pipe, and you're going to jump across here. There can be a little tricky jump. You can jump across to this. You're going to head down. I'm taking my time, apparently. Getting myself too focused on explaining things rather than doing them properly. I'll just the backup way. Yep. Anyways, so you're gonna jump from here over to there. I'm not giving a good demonstration, am I? Point. I got stuck. Oh yeah, if Joey doesn't spawn when you come down here, if you fail, just go touch the ladder and he'll spawn in.
I believe there's something special in all of us.
Like I was saying, jump across to here. So you get to this point. Where you let this ink lodge, you're gonna wait, you can just dash up and over it. Keep sprinting and jumping down this ledge. It's a straight line. You can use like the doors that are loaded in to make sure you're holding the right angle. Get here, you're gonna dash across until you get to this door. You're gonna jump and expand this door. You're gonna aim about this direction. So you're kind of going at like a bit of like a northeast direction, yes. Walking a bit that way, and you're going to sprint jump across, go into the ladder room. If you've done it right, you can climb up the ladder. If you didn't hit spawn Joey correctly, this ladder won't work, and you might have to just reload the save. But yeah, so that is the entirety of chapters 2 and 3. All in one go. Yeah, so that it's not too bad. or a route, it's not too bad. If you're having troubles, there are people you can ask in the Discord server for this game, speedrun Discord server that is, who are more than happy to help you.